Community Link, presented by Financial Center First Credit Union.
Thank you for joining us for Community Link. I'm Caroline Mays. A creative agency activating the creative economy to bring more beauty, equity, and culture to cities is Gang Gang. We have one of the founders of Gang Gang with us, Molly Simone Jeffers, co-founder of Gang Gang. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
So what a neat concept you have. Tell us about Gang Gang and why you felt it was so important.
Sure. Well, again, thanks for having us. Gang Gang is a creative agency. We are a cultural development firm, again, that is working to activate the creative economy to make our city more cultural, more beautiful, more equitable. The need that we found was around advocacy, really, and advocating for the culture of our city and for the intentional strategy to produce and promote and preserve more culture in central Indiana, and then broadly for the makers and the shapers of American culture more broadly to acknowledge and kind of repay the culture that has shaped America.
Love that. And how important is that right now?
Oh my gosh, it's incredibly important right now. We were founded in 2020 as a response to, America having this large conversation.
So tell us about some of the major projects that you're doing.
Sure, yes. Well, we just announced that Butter is coming back.
Butter?
Yes, Butter is a multi-day fine art fair that centers Black visual fine artists. It happens in downtown Indianapolis at the Stutz over Labor Day weekend. And so we are pushing for new models toward equity in our industry, and so Butter works to sell the work of Black visual fine artists and to sell 100% of the works, and for 100% of the profit to return back to the artist, which is not a common practice in our industry.
Not at all.
Not at all.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So when will Butter take place again?
Butter will happen September 1 through 4 at the Stutz. So Labor Day weekend, plan to be in Indianapolis that weekend.
Awesome. So we are in a time in history right now, again, where culture is so divisive. You believe culture can bring us together. Unpack that for us, because that's hard to conceptualize.
Absolutely. When we think about the conversations right now that have to do with equity and diversity and race, we often talk about what makes us different and what divides us. But if we think about culture, that's where the sharing happens. That's where the singing happens. That's where the storytelling is. That's where we find out who we are versus having more conversations about what we are. And so culture connects humans. Culture connects us, and that's where we find out who you are, who I am, and it's about identity. So this is very much identity work and bringing humanity closer together, leveraging the power of culture.
And so with the things that you're doing, how do you believe those things will bring us together?
Yes, it happens kind of naturally already. When we think about the times that we want to connect with each other, we think about sharing a meal together, we think about conversing, and the language and the humanities are those connective elements between humans. That's culture, right? And so when we celebrate that, when we identify that, when we produce more of that, we are bringing artists together and we're leveraging the creativity to connect each other.
I love that, and that's what Community Link really is all about. It is linking all of us as a community of people, no matter who you are, what culture you come from. We are one big culture.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yes.
So with the project, we know that you've had Butter.
Yes.
You have Butter coming back.
Yes.
What are some of the other things that you're planning? Some of the other things that you've done?
Yes, we have a lot of partnerships going on, especially this summer. I'm thinking about our partnership with the Butler Arts and Event Center, so we will be programming the Clues Lawn on the Butler University campus. We've partnered with the Parks Alliance and are offering programming, art and culture in Riverside Park at the newly renovated Taggart Amphitheater. So we have a busy summer coming up, but all of this information and more can be found at ganggangculture.com, everywhere, ganggangculture.com, and on Instagram and on Twitter.
Tell us about your partner in Gang Gang.
I'm sorry?
Your partner? Your co-founder.
The co-founder. Gang Gang is co-founded by myself and Alan Bacon, who is a longtime musician and artist himself.
And we know him as a musician, so that's why I wanted to bring his name out there, too.
Yes.
Well, thank you for all that you and Alan are doing. It's so awesome. We really appreciate
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for linking us as a community.
Thank you.
Thank you.